Good morning, students. So, today we will study about buttons, buckles, and staff fasteners. So, in the last class, we have studied. 1 minute, wait, please. Okay. In the last class, we have studied about zippers. All about zippers. We have studied fly surge, bottom stop, bar tacks, avoiding zipper problems, zipper characteristics, shear properties of zipper, dexter and sinister, dextral and sinistral, and so many other things, hump, popping, and all these things we have studied. So now we will study about buttons, buckles, and staff fasteners. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, buttons, buckles, and staff fasteners can be checked for the following points. Wallace and Reed, 1954. So, buttons should have smooth finish and sufficiently large, clean sew holes that are free from flash and will not cut the thread. Holes must be located properly in relation to the edge of button. Buttons should be of uniform thickness. The color or shade of the buttons should be within a certain visual tolerance. The color or shade of the buttons should be within a certain visual tolerance. Buttons should be able to withstand laundering, dry cleaning, and pressing without any changes such as cracks, melting surface, and change in color or shade. So it's very important to have buttons should have smooth finish. They should have smooth finish. They should have smooth finish means the thread should not be cut by the edges of the holes of the button, as the threads are passed through the holes of the button while stitching, so they should not be cut. Holes must be located properly in relation to the edge of the button. Holes should be located properly. There will be four holes generally to the button, and they should be properly located when you think of with the in relation to the edge of the button. So edge of the button and holes should be in a proper position. Buttons should be of uniform thickness, so the complete button should be of uniform thickness. Next point is the color or shade of the button should be within a certain visual tolerance. The color or shade of the button should be within a visual tolerance. That means And one more thing is, when we apply garment when we apply buttons to the garments, they should match the color of the garment, and button should be able to withstand laundering, dry cleaning and pressing without any changes such as cracks, melting of surface and change in color or shade. So button should withstand laundering and dry cleaning and pressing without any changes such as cracks. There should not be cracks after laundering, after dry cleaning or after pressing. So, and melting of surface, this is known as scorch. After dry cleaning or after laundering, the surface of the button should not melt. If the surface of the button melts, then it is called as scorching of the button. So the melting of surface should not happen. And similarly, change in color or shade, there should not be any change in color or shade after the laundering or dry cleaning or pressing. So dear students, it is a very nice paragraph given by buttons on buttons by Wallace and Reed, 1954. That means in 1954 year, these two people have given the information and notes on buttons. So buckles should be checked for any visual defects such as sharp, burred edges. If a buckle is cloth or vinyl covered, there should not be an appreciable difference in the buckle and garment materials. So buckle should be tested for burred edges, sharp and burred edges, and also if they are vinyl covered, there should not be any appreciable that means the buckle and the garment should have the same finish and same color and shade. So that is about buckle. All of you know about button and buckle, but for some people who may not be knowing about so everybody knows about button. So I am showing the picture of buckle. So this is the picture of buckle. We have observed them in belts. So in the belts you might have seen so many buckles. So this is one kind of buckle. So this is buckle. This is another kind of buckle. So these are buckles. Next one is snap fasteners. So I will show you what a snap fastener is. Snap fasteners. So this is snap fastener. think you have seen this. So this is snap fastener. So this is one another kind of button. It for closing the garment. We can what does the button do? It closes the garment. The two halves of the garment will be closed by button. Similarly, snap fastener also closes two parts of the garment. So this is one. These are the snap fasteners. So the attaching machinery should locate the snap fasteners accurately and at proper pressure. The attaching machinery should locate the snap fasteners accurately and at proper pressure. Component parts should be checked to close tolerances and free from dirt and other foreign substances, so that they will feed rapidly through the hopper and permit uniform and trouble-free assembly. Hardness and workability of metal are important factors also and are controlled carefully by quality suppliers. If the metal is too hard, the parts will be formed poorly and may crack. If it is too soft, the closure will be weak. Such problems would not arise with plastic snap fastener. The snap fastener should attach firmly and withstand the maximum pull that they can be expected to endure the garment. The snapping action of snaps must be positive yet easy enough for practical use. So this is very important points. So the snap fastener should be free from dirt and other foreign substances. Hardness and workability of metal. So you are looking at the different kinds of snap fasteners. So what are the important characteristics of snap fasteners? Hardness and workability. That's what the author says. If the metal is too hard, the parts will be formed poorly and may crack. If it is too soft, the closure will be weak. So the hardness should not be too high, and at the same time it should not be too weak. Such problems would not arise with plastic snap fasteners. So these problems will not arise with plastic snap fasteners. The snap fastener should attach firmly and withstand the maximum pull that they can be expected to endure on a garment. So this is about snap fasteners. So we have studied about buttons, buckles, snap fasteners. There are other things, certain kinds of diagrams in the book. So when you buy the book, then you can probably look at the diagrams. Next one is interlinings. There is nothing much that can be done visually on interlinings. The performance testing of interlinings as well as the control of variables in the fusing of interlinings are of utmost importance. These points are discussed in the chapter 5 on testing. So I will show you what is an interlining. So these are the interlinings. So chapter 5, if we go right now, we can see also. So interlinings are, what are they? We will just look at it. So let's forget about it. When the chapter comes, we will see. So till now we have studied about raw material inspection, and now we are going into the next topic, that is in process inspection. So in process inspection. So in the raw material inspection, we have seen zippers, buckles, snap fasteners, interlinings, sewing threads, and correlation between fabric quality and apparel quality, and how much to inspect: 0% inspection, 100% inspection, spot checking, arbitrary quality, statistical sampling, arbitrarily sampling, and statistical sampling. So all these things we have studied in raw material inspection. Please try to understand what we are studying. And 4-point grading system we have studied in raw material inspection, and we have studied about various people, how they are talking about. Various studies have shown that we have studied that. So in that, some research topics about 4-point grading system. Raw material. So in the raw material inspection, we have studied about fabric inspection, 4-point grading system, and 4-point grading system is two types: 1969 one and 1971. In one more year, there is one more thing. So 10-point grading system and Dulles system, granite weld system, and all these things we have studied. And 4-point fabric grading system we have studied thoroughly. All these come under raw material inspection. So in the raw material inspection, we have studied 4-point fabric, correlation between fabric quality and apparel quality, and we have studied about zippers. In zippers, I have talked at length about various parts of zippers, and then buttons, buckles, and snap fasteners, and interlinings we have just studied 1 or 2 lines, and this completes raw material inspection. Now we are going into in process inspection. In process inspection means inspection of parts and sub-assemblies before they are assembled into a complete product. In apparel manufacturing, this means inspection at various points in the entire manufacturing process, from spreading fabric to pressing finishing of the end product. The idea behind in-process inspection is to inspect or check quality of component parts as well as assembly workmanship as close to manufacturing as possible, and thereby identify the source of quality problems, if any, as early in the manufacturing process as possible. This type of inspection is designed to uncover deficiencies in workmanship as well as equipment malfunction. In process inspection can be performed by either quality control inspectors or individual operators themselves. Effective in process inspection will result in minimizing the need for later repairs and rework by catching defects before they move up further in manufacturing process. Each production operation performed correctly makes for a smooth running plant with low operating costs. Poor quality at any stage in production compounds itself and can be expected to increase total cost. So, in process inspection, in process, what does it mean? While the process is going on. So, if you are in a spinning mill, the in process can be defined as blow room, cording, ring frame, speed frame, all these things. For garment, the in process is pattern making, spreading, cutting, fusing, all these things. So in process inspection means inspection of parts and sub-assemblies before they are assembled into a complete product. So he is talking about automobile or electronic industry. So suppose if you are assembling a computer and in process inspection means inspection of parts, mouse, CPU, keyboard, motherboard and desktop monitor and all these things. So, and sub assemblies, RAM, ROM, all these things before they are assembled they into a complete product. Complete product is desktop or computer, PC, personal computer. So that is about this is a definition of in process inspection. So in the apparel manufacturing, this means inspection at various points in the entire manufacturing process, from spreading fabric to pressing, finishing the end product. So in the apparel manufacturing process, inspection at various points till the end product. What do you mean? Till honoring and pressing and finishing. The idea behind in-process inspection is to inspect or check quality of components as well as assembly workmanship as close to manufacturing as possible and thereby identify the source of quality problem. So the author says that we have to look at the workmanship, that means the effectiveness of the worker, quality personnel or production personnel, personnel means workers, officers. So the author says we should check not only quality of component parts but also we have to check the efficiency of the workmanship so that quality problems won't arise. If they are detected in the early stage, then the cost of the product will be reduced. So that is another important point. So in process inspection is done to reduce the cost of the product. If the defects or any problems encountered in the manufacturing of the product are found in the in-process inspection, then they will reduce the cost of the product. In-process inspection can be performed by either quality control inspectors or individual operators themselves. So, in-process inspection can be performed by quality control inspectors or individual operators. So, it can be performed by quality control inspectors or by individual operators. It can be done in either way. Effective in-process inspection will result in minimizing the need for later repairs and rework by catching defects before they move up further in manufacturing process. Each production operation each production operation performed correctly makes for a smooth running plant with low operating costs. So I have told you this just now. So operating costs or cost of product should be reduced. So this is about in-process inspection, one paragraph, and next paragraph I am going to study. Listen carefully. It is well established fact that the detection of a defect becomes more and more expensive as it moves closer and closer to the final product. Undetected, because once detected it results in all the work put into making it a waste. A well-running process inspection program offers following advantages: reduction of repairs and reworks at the end of the line, decrease in labor cost due to a decrease in repair rates. So, in process inspection, suppose you are in the apparel manufacturing process, if you find a defect in the latter stages, that means in the pressing stage you found a defect, that means the process, the defect has crossed pattern making step, spreading step, cutting step, sewing step, fusing step, and it came all the way to last stage. So the operating costs are going up because had it been detected earlier, then the operating cost will be less, but it is not detected. If it is so, this is the problem. So in process inspection should be done thoroughly to reduce the operating costs. So what are the advantages of in process inspection? The operators, that means workers and supervisors, are constantly reminded that the company has a specific quality level to meet just by the very presence of the inspectors in their section on a daily basis. So duties are assigned for supervisors and workers. And what is their duty? Their duty is to do the quality checking. And just by the presence of the inspectors in the factory or in the department of production or quality, just by their presence and their work, the workers, operators will be reminded of the quality level that the company has to meet for better quality and for better product. So every company has a specific quality level to meet, and that is reminded by the presence of the quality inspectors in the in the manufacturing process. So that's why the companies hire quality inspectors, because each worker will realize that her work is subject to being inspected at any time. Throughout the day, the quality of work produced by workers will improve. Suppose you have somebody to check and inspect, then the fear and duty consciousness will improve of the worker, because there is a thought in their mind that my supervisor or my superior officer is going to check what I am going to do, what I am producing in the machinery. So in that way, because of this thought, the worker will improve and work for quality throughout the day. Suppose if there is nobody, no supervisor or no superior officer to check or inspect, then there won't be enough pressure on the worker to check for quality. So this is kind of puts a little pressure on the worker, and the worker will be able to look at the quality aspects, as there is an idea of inspectors, quality inspectors is present. The data obtained from the in-process inspection can be effectively analyzed and utilized by the production supervisors and plant manager in correcting problems or improving quality. The data obtained from the in-process inspection can be effectively analyzed and utilized by the production supervisors and plant manager in correcting problems or improving quality. So in-process inspection inspectors, those who do the process inspection, those inspectors will give data to the production manager and plant manager, production supervisors, production managers and plant managers. They will give this data to them, and they will take this data and they will check the problems and they will correct the problems and they will improve the quality. So this is about, these 3 points are very good. I think there is one more point. Yeah, so these are the 3 points. So these are the advantages derived from in-process inspection. So next we will study about one more paragraph is there. According to an AMA Technical Advisory Committee report. So by reading this kind of textbook reading, I am also learning lot of things, because the author writes his views and then he talks about the views of the Technical Advisory Committee of the AMA, American Apparel Manufacturers Association, 1976. One multi-plant manufacturer recorded a reduction of 60% in repair labor costs and a drop in the percentage of seconds, reduced from 3% to 1%. After installing a properly designed in-process quality control program. Fewer returns due to poor quality saved the company time and money in the distribution centers. So you see, because of the in-process inspection, the percentage of seconds means defective products. The percentage of seconds is reduced from 3% to 1% because he has employed in-process inspectors, and also a reduction of 60% in repairing labor costs. So this is a huge profit to the company because 60% is not a joke. So these are the advantages of in-process inspection. This is recorded by one multi-plant manufacturer as told by Technical Advisory Committee of the AMA, American Apparel Manufacturers Association. The day is long past when apparel manufacturers can depend solely on 100% final inspection. The day is long past when apparel manufacturers can depend solely on 100% final inspection at the end of production line. The quality cannot be inspected into a garment after it has made. Instead, quality should be designed and manufactured into a garment every step and checked repeatedly during production. So, I would like to emphasize one point. I have talked about raw material inspection, in-process inspection, and final inspection. Final inspection we have not yet studied. So, raw material inspection we have studied about 4-point grading system, zippers, 4-point grading system, zippers, interlinings, sewing threads, buckles and fasteners, interlinings, all these things we have studied. And in the in-process inspection, this is a final point is very important. In-process inspection is so much important that it reduces the cost of operating costs up to 60%. And final inspection is not enough because the author says quality should be designed and manufactured into a garment at every step and checked repeatedly during production. So this is the final point about in-process inspection. Quality should be designed and manufactured into a garment at every step and checked repeatedly, not at the not at the end, not the final inspection. In-process inspection, garment at every step means in-process inspection, and checked repeatedly, not once or twice, it should be checked repeatedly during production. So this is the importance of in-process inspection. So today we have studied about buttons, snap fasteners, and please look at the diagrams that are given in the book when you buy the book, and there are some photographs which are not important, I thought. And interlinings we will study about in the next class, and in-process inspection we have studied thoroughly. the advantages of the in-process inspection and technical advisory committee report given by of the AMA that we have studied, and at the end we have studied that the quality cannot be inspected into a garment after it has been made. That means final product. Instead, quality should be designed and manufactured into a garment at every step and checked repeatedly during production. So, dear students, this is about in process inspection. So, thank you for your patience, and